What's going on, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here with Cheesehead TV, giving you 5 things to watch, care of Mark Oldacres at Cheesehead TV, when the Packers welcome the Minnesota Vikings to Lambeau Field on Sunday afternoon. First up, and I think it's the most obvious, how effective is Jordan Love coming off that MCL sprain he suffered in week 1? Couple weeks in a row now, the offense has looked formidable with Malik Willis under center, moving the ball, scoring points, especially last week. Jordan Love returns against a defense that likes to confuse quarterbacks, likes to get after them in very unusual ways. You have to think Matt LaFleur and company will certainly have a plan for Jordan Love, notably probably staying ahead of the sticks as much as possible. But how effective can Jordan be when inevitably he's got to be back there on 3rd and long, and Brian Flores is sending the house or making him think he's sending the house? Can he move in the pocket? Is he as mobile as he needs to be? These are obviously going to be the things that not only the Packers and the Vikings, but I think everybody in attendance and watching around the world are going to be paying attention to. Number 2, it's the defensive backfield configuration. With Jair Alexander being questionable heading into this game, the Packers elevating 2 cornerbacks off the practice squad ahead of the contest. Carrington Valentine most likely won't play. He is doubtful heading into this game. You throw in the fact that Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison are going to be available for the Vikings. It becomes paramount that the Packers have a plan, probably a lot of zone, but to get their best players on the field to execute those zones. Now, if that means more Evan Williams on the field, more 3 safety looks, you got to suspect Ballantyne will be opposite Eric Stokes as the perimeter corners going up against a very talented wide receiver group for the Vikings. Number 3, we're looking for interior pressure from the Packers defense. We know that the Vikings have 2 very good tackles, but they are pretty suspect along the interior at right guard and specifically at center. Kenny Clark has not exactly hit the ground running so far this season. Got to think this is his get right game against an opponent in Bradbury that he has absolutely owned throughout his career. The Packers have done a really good job of mixing things up, getting lots of pass rushers on the field and obvious passing downs. In a game where the secondary is going to need all the help it can get, quick interior pressure, Devontae Wyatt, hello, is going to be paramount against Sam Darnold, who has played pretty darn well through 3 weeks for the Vikings. Number 4, who starts faster in this game? The Vikings have enjoyed a lead for almost the entire season so far. The Packers can make life difficult for them if they can get on the front foot, get an early lead, and put the Vikings in a place they have not existed in 2024, namely trying to catch up. The Packers probably have enough ammo to get a lead if Jordan Love is right as rain and the Packers are able to operate on offense, but that remains to be seen. If they have to turn to Malik Willis for whatever reason, or if the Packers stall out on offense, it's going to be tough sledding for the Green Bay Packers. And number 5, you can't talk about this game and things you got to watch and not mention Aaron Jones and his return to Lambeau Field. You know how Jones performs every time he returns home to Texas. Got to think this is a bit of a homecoming for him, going back to the place where he spent the majority of his professional career, the team that drafted him, the team that made him a star, and then unceremoniously dumped him this offseason. He was quick to sign with the Vikings, and I think coming back to Lambeau for this game is a big reason why. It's going to be emotional, no doubt. I think Aaron Jones will get a lot of love and support prior to kickoff, but man, he is a key component for a Vikings offense that could really give the Packers problems, especially as effective as Jones has been early this season. So there you go, 5 things to watch in this contest between the Packers and the Vikings. Make sure you check out Mark's full piece in a link in the description of this video, and then let us know in the comments, what are your things to watch in this game as the Packers take on the Vikings?